Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out CrafTAE. This is a game that just recently released on Steam for about $8 or so. There is a 10% launch discount until July 28th, 2025. There is a demo too, so you can try it before you buy it. There are some difficulty settings that you can adjust right in the settings menu, which is nice. For those of you that don't know anything about this game, even though I've covered it 3 months ago, it's one of those card crafting games where you're going to be combining various cards to create various resources, to keep your villagers alive, to defend your village from attack, that kind of thing. You can make all sorts of cool things. There's an intensive library, which you'll see shortly. But ultimately, what you're going to do is you're going to set up your game by choosing, I guess, like a level, like a dungeon. Like first you start with goblins and then apes, and then you move on from there. Every level that you complete unlocks a new level. There's even, like, I guess, advanced difficulties that you can play on as well, which bring even more dangerous creatures for that dungeon. So there's replayability in the sense that there are multiple levels to try and fight through, but ultimately defeat all the waves, keep your people and your village alive, and you win. That's the general gameplay flow. And then once you pick your level, you choose your biomes. This is your starter biomes. Each biome can be explored so many times before it disappears, but it will grant you very important resources that you'll need to get started, whether it be animals or like wood, stone, whatever you need. And as I said earlier, this is a card crafting game. Luckily, it's not the kind that you have to memorize everything. Control click in this game is going to be your friend. Just control click on any card, it brings up this library, and using the words, the keywords that are found on the right of the window, you can zoom to any recipe. So I went from like I was trying to craft a bow, and I went to the bow in the library, then I saw that I needed wood to make it, and then planks or whatever. So I clicked on that and I figured out how to make planks. So it's one of those like A leads to B, leads to C, leads to D. But luckily, you don't have to memorize any of that. And while you're trying to do that, those waves are coming. Like I said, your characters have both attack power and health. And it's super important that you turn your villagers from, well, villagers into actual classes. Like there's a sword wielding class. I don't remember the names of them, but there's a bow wielding class. There's like a magician mage wielding class. So there's different things like that. You can even get companions too to help you. Like a wolf came by and I gave it a bone and it kind of hung around. But I made the mistake of putting it next to my cow and it killed my cow. And that's one thing I hate, is that I've accidentally killed more animals than I can count, because like I was trying to organize things and make things just right. I put my character too close to an animal and just automatically slaughtered it. I wish there was a way to like some kind of verification prompt that said, "Do you really want to slaughter this creature?" kind of thing. I wish that was in the game. But other than that, like it's hectic and it's a game of discovery, but at the same time, you can pause at any time. There's also quests off to the left-hand side that will kind of guide you in the right direction. Half the time, I didn't know what I was supposed to do next, but luckily, there's all sorts of cool, like, renewable resource structures that you can make. So if you're out of trees, for example, rather than just wandering around your village trying to find it by just putting your villager on your village, you can, with the wood that you've got remaining, maybe make a lumber camp, or with the stone you've got left, make a quarry. You need an outhouse for the poop that your animals are leaving behind, or bad things happen there. So there's all sorts of like renewable buildings that you can construct to generate this engine so that you've got less to do manually later as the waves get stronger. All in all, like 3 months ago, it was still roughly the same game. There has been slight improvements to it. So yeah, I do recommend this title. I like card crafters, but it also falls into that trap of, like, any card crafter falls into the trap of, you gotta know the progression and what to do next in order to really get ahead on the later levels. And that's going to come with playtime. So if you don't mind the learning curve of figuring out the order at which you should make things, what to look out for, what combines with what, if you don't mind all that, then by all means check this game out. This is Vince. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you all next time. Take care.